So, what is the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, or HIPAA, as it's called? Well, HIPAA is a broad law that protects medical information for patients from open disclosure, but it also provides a really important benefit with regard to coverage and carrying the coverage forward. As we talked about in our COBRA Consolidated Omnibus Budget Reconciliation Act explanation, COBRA allows the purchase of a plan after a qualifying event causes loss of employment. And that plan is generally used to lead up until an individual finds their next employment or qualifying employer that's going to provide a healthcare plan or group healthcare plan that they can be a part of. Well, the reason they can join a subsequent healthcare plan is because of HIPAA. HIPAA allows the employee who leaves their place of employment and they have group health coverage of some sort, they can carry those benefits with them to their next employer without facing pre-existing condition exclusions or suffering extreme raises in premiums because of that transfer. So the requirement is that the employee has to continue coverage throughout that time. And that's why COBRA is extremely important, because COBRA allows them to continue that coverage in the event there's some break in employment. But if there is no break in employment, a person leaves their old employment and starts new employment at the exact same time, or there's some overlap there, then again, you wouldn't have a break in employment, but you could carry the level of health insurance benefits that you had previously to your new employer without suffering a huge detriment. And again, it just adds a great deal of mobility for the employee in leaving one employer to go to the next employer. And it provides a number of other benefits as well. With regard to pre-existing conditions, that limits the ability of insurers to exclude pre-existing conditions for a long period of time. So generally, an employer sponsoring a health plan, the health insurer could exclude pre-existing conditions of the employee coming on board for the past 12 months, or in certain situations, 18 months, depending on the time period when the employee enrolls. But after that period, that any pre-existing conditions that haven't demonstrated themselves have to be dropped. And it also places limits on rate hikes for the individual employee when they join a new group health plan. That is, the overall cost of the plan may go up to everybody, but the employee can't face these extreme raises in premiums without some other reason or justification under HIPAA. Now, a lot of HIPAA provisions were changed or superseded by the provisions provided under the Affordable Care Act, but HIPAA is still an extremely important doctrine when it comes to protecting personal health information, still carrying insurance from one employer to the next to be a part of some level of employee group health plan.